immigrants have economically affected the U.S. for hundreds of years, both positively and negatively, and will continue because our country is founded on immigration. For hundreds of years, immigrants have moved and traveled to the U.S., knowing that it's a place for new beginnings and unlimited possibilities. And knowing that's a place for unlimited possibilities, they start up their own businesses. In the past decade, nearly 2/5 of all small businesses are owned by immigrants. This means a little under 30% of the money made from small businesses that affect our economy are from the foreign-born. Obama stated that by 2024, our economic output should increase from 0.4% to 0.9%, and the GDP will rise from $90 billion to $210 billion. With the help of demographics, the Migration Policy Institute says that in 2014, nearly 13.3% of our population is made up of immigrants. This means that 42 million people living with us are not native born. This can also help with the dependency ratio. The dependency ratio balances the young and old workers in the workforce and creates more jobs for the unemployed U.S. citizens and the newly immigrated. And even though some immigrants may start their own small businesses, others try to find places to hire them. In the late 1990s, George Borres, a Harvard immigration specialist, said that nearly all low-skilled immigrants reduced the wages of the U.S. born by nearly 10%. And a few decades later, in 2013, an article in the New York Times writer, Adam Davidson, concluded that undocumented workers lower the wages of those U.S. workers without a high school diploma. Immigrants can find workplaces in the U.S., but they ultimately lower the wages for themselves and the original citizens. Not only do they lower the wages for us, but they take away a good portion of the land where we live. Nearly 50% of the U.S. land is used for agricultural purposes, like cultivating crops and raising livestock. In 2009, the USDA declared that due to an increase in population, over 3 million acres of farmland will be lost due to housing. Land will continue to be lost due to the amount of homes that are needing to be built. And the more buildings that are being constructed, the more land we will lose. Immigration can both help, like boost our economy, or hurt, like lower our wages. But immigration will always be part of the U.S. that is always known as land of